Namaste, dear souls, and a warm welcome to my space of wisdom. I'm Shalini, the Divine Ambassador, paying my gratitude to all of you who are listening, understanding, and supporting what I'm guided to share. So, thank you so much. So, in today's video, I'm sharing about the concept of spiritual illness, and one of them is Bandhan Yoga or attachments. Let's begin. When we talk about spiritual journeys, the first thing that comes into our mind is that how can we run from our responsibilities and still practice what our inner self wants us to do? If for a longer period of time we don't listen to our souls or our inner self, we usually become ill, and that comes in the category of spiritual illness that gradually manifests as physical illness too. Attachment or bandhan is the biggest roadblock and illness we have in practicing the call of our inner selves. Illness doesn't leave our body and keeps us attached to where we are and also keeps us uneasy too. So, how many kinds of attachment do humans have? Although there are several attachments, but majorly we have sanskar bandhan or attachment to rights, smriti bandhan or attachment to memory, karma bandhan or attachment to action, prema bandhan, attachment to love. Some others can be categorized as bhautik, samajik or swabhavik bandhan, means physical, social and behavioral attachments. Apart from these, there are time or kala bandhan, devi or devata bandhan, means attachment to God, guru bandhan means attachment to your teacher or guru, sharir bandhan means attachment to your body, Janma and Mrityu Bandhan means attachment to your death and life. That also comes in physical attachments too. And there are many few others to consider here. Our soul wants freedom, as she knows that it's right for us to be free from any attachment. But our body wants us to be attached to something that is available in our environment. So why does our body want attachments? Our body is made up of material that is made of physical matter or prakriti or panchatattva that have inbuilt magnetism. When our body is made up of matter that has magnetism of its own, how can we be detached or can remain detached too? It will be surely very painful to be detached, as we must work against the will of our basic nature or physical body. That's why many of us think that detachment is difficult, and that creates one more attachment to the thought of detachment and makes it even more difficult to do. These attachments or bandhan sometimes are part of our astrological chart too, that in astrology is called as Bandhan Yoga. This yoga happens due to astrological alignment like Saturn, Lord of Ascendant, and Lord of Sixth House. When they all sit together with Rahu and Ketu in the center or in the triangle of the chart, which are the most important areas, this kind of planetary combinations brings imprisonment for the individual. And that can be physical imprisonment or mental imprisonment or both. To find out more details in your birth chart, people can show their charts to any good astrologer who can guide them. From my point of view, it's an assurance that charts can be changed with efforts. Of course, you need a lot of efforts. Our major attachment is mostly with our families, right? But this attachment engage us in the various ways of micromanaging the family members, as we think without us nothing can work. But let me ask you, what if one day we are just called back and we are gone? Frankly speaking, our loved ones will forget us in a few days like we do, and maximum in a few months time. Then while roaming outside this planet, our thinking must be, oh gosh, why didn't I listen to myself? Why didn't I finish my work and achieve the moksha? Because that is the purpose of human life. Who doesn't want to be free and enjoy the ultimate happiness, right? Now we may have to travel back to planet again to settle our remaining karmas. If I relate this concept with your workplace, people work at a place and get attached to circumstances, people, jobs, desks, cafeteria, etc. If I consider today's scenario where there is no surety or stability in jobs, what if someone kicks us out of the work? Are we going to beg to our bosses, no, please take us back because we are in the comfort zone? No, right? We move on and we find some other place which are suitable to our needs or new location to settle us again. I know it will be uncomfortable, but isn't it the way we are living in the current era where nothing is stable? Now, where is the attachment and comfort zone? Basically, we are afraid of change. But sometimes universe forces us to change because we were not listening to the divine forces easily. And they know that there will be danger on the next turn. So universe has to push us out of our comfort zones. We think that the new place will be bothersome, but soon we make new friends, many new friends at a new place. Those are sometimes even better from the older people. We slowly forget the times we had spent in our comfort zones at our old office. The only problem is our body here. That has mind too. That keeps us engaged in all the universes we have created, like family universe, social universe, work universe, etc. Our mind is rational, who forces us to think that we are the boss of our lives and we can control everything in our life. That is happening in our universes usually. Of course, we can control. Of course, we are the bosses of our life and can control our universes. But what if? What if we involve the higher powers to accompany us in this process of creating lives? Wouldn't that be awesome? That we have no need to worry and everything is happening as per our free will and for our benefits too. Usually, we humans have no big desires. We just want ourselves and our loved ones to be happy so that once we leave, we go satisfied. We want a peaceful life until we are on earth, isn't it? Many of us, if reflect on this part, we may notice that most of our lives are pretty cool. Most of us have food, shelter, transport, job, money in the bank. Our children are studying in schools. Our spouses are loving enough. Our parents are perfect as per their age. So what else we want? This is our small world or our small universe, we can say. Even if one or two aspects of our lives are not at the perfect satisfaction level, they are still controllable, unbothersome, manageable, can be handled by inside and outside resources with patience, but we love to live in the pain and lack because firstly, that's what we had learned. The second and the real reason is it's not our fault that we are in the pain and lack because it's the energy of the planet in the present times, in Kali Yuga. And we as sentient beings can absorb that easily and misunderstand them as our own emotions. To protect ourselves from such energies, we pray to divine energies, we ask for help, and if we surrender, many of us actually receive the help. It's a different story that we may or may not notice the help and forget to say thank you to our divine, but still most of the time we receive help. What else can we do to strengthen ourselves to detach from the magnetism of this body? So first technique is, as we know that we are the sentient beings and get affected by other people's energy and emotions easily, what if we start sharing our own positive emotions of happiness, laughter and lightness with others instead of catching on their emotions? These positive emotions are also as contagious as negative emotions. So why not spread what we want for us, not what others want to give us? See, problems are part of everyone's life. It's just that people deal with them differently. We can always choose how do we want to deal with ours, by being in pain or by choosing happiness. Another thing is we must meditate or do prayers regularly. It will help in increasing our inner strength to detach. I will be going to post soon about how to meditate properly. If you are interested and have any related questions, can let me know in the comment box. I will try to answer them in that video. Third tip is that we must close our senses for those ideologies or happenings, etc., that don't resonate with us. For example, if we don't like gossip, we can move away from such people. If we don't like to watch media that has violence, we can share with our friends and leave. We always have a choice to watch what we want to enjoy. If we don't like to eat pizza, but the home cooked food, we must learn how to cook so that we are not dependent on someone. And even if we travel, we can cook what we like to eat, not what is available in the market for us. We can choose to live as per our conditions, not what others are finding comfortable for us. If we want to sleep at 8 p.m., we can sleep at it and wake up early and streamline our lives easily. Choosing for ourselves gives strength to our inner self and brings us in alignment with the higher powers. It's like showing up to higher powers that you have some strength to stand up for yourself. Why the universe must help those who can't show up for themselves? Isn't it a simple logic? So we must not listen to those who indirectly manipulate us. As once we leave the planet, we are alone and nobody is responsible for our actions except ourselves. We must increase our inner strength so that universal energies can help us even more. It's like first start walking and universe will catch you up when we get tired. Show your commitment first. So dear souls, I hope you have enjoyed this message. Don't forget to write your questions related to meditation in the comment box. Signing off. Much love. Namaste.